Toys fans, you are back in the Toy Barn, aka Christmas Cottage. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. You've stayed warm and everything has been okay. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit the bell for all notifications, because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know. And comments, you know we love them, so just keep them on coming. You've probably seen the YouTube shorts I've been putting out over the last couple days. We made a path, or I made a path to the shed this morning in the walkway, but yeah, the driveway is not done. It's over 8+, well, this morning, it was 9.5 inches of snow, and it is still snowing right now. It is 4:22 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, and we're supposed to get snow, I believe, for another hour, but it's pretty big flakes, guys. It's crazy. So we might get up to possibly a total of 13 inches, maybe up to 15 max, but it's been pretty crazy. It's the most snow we've had in quite a while here in southern Indiana. So it's been keeping us busy. We know that our that our sales that we have right now, they're not due till Tuesday, thank God. I put I went out and shipped Saturday morning before the snow started, so that helped a bundle. But yeah, it's we do have like maybe a few that are due on Tuesday, so we're going to try tomorrow, which would already be here by now when you're watching this, to attempt to do the driveway. But our road is a private road, so it's unplowed, so I don't know if we'll get out until then. So what we're doing, like most of y'all are doing right now, is I put both of our eBay stores on, we call it vacation mode or time away. That way, we're not going to get too penalized as far as getting in trouble if it's not out on the delivery date. So it's supposed to update. So there's two different ways to do it. And you guys probably already know it's time away, where you don't want to make any sales during those times that you edit. But for us, we can still make sales, but our delivery dates will update based on the time that we're going to put it back. So for us, we're going to just wait it out till the 31st of January, because we have such, we have a lot of below zero weather, wind chills and weather coming up for the next week or two. So we don't see anything of getting above freezing anytime soon. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we will be able to get out, hopefully by Wednesday. We will see about that. So today we're going to talk about 15 items. We may go over a little bit more since we're in the Christmas Cottage today, on the items that we sold on Madcap Toys. So right now I am in we call it, partial storage room / granddaughter playroom when they're here, / office room when we get a chance. So I am in our upstairs part. So you probably see it in the background. I did move the desk. You guys probably can't see it, but I moved the desk around so that way there's some space and you can see it. I'm actually next to, I don't know if you guys can all see it. Okay, we can't see it. I'm next to the Victorian Christmas tree. It's on my left here. But I put the desk up against this wall. So I'm going to try to redo this room to get it more where we got more space, but also when we started doing the clothing, things got really crazy. There are some bags and totes that are not skewed. And so with Darren and I doing the modularization, we're trying to get that done. So I thought, you know what, since I can't drag a lot of toys from the toy barn to the downstairs area to redo those things, I said right now what I'll do, since I could do some things on the inside, is start with the candy cane bag that's over in the corner and start making sure all of those pieces of clothing are skewed and where they should be. So it's starting to work out. I'm over halfway done with that bag, and I'm so thankful. And I have a whole bunch. If you looked over here, you'd be like, oh my gosh, because it's really, really crazy. But I'm going to try to get that straightened up as much as we can and have all the bags that have names. And I have learned, do not put Post-it notes on garbage bags or bags in itself, plastic bags, because they will fall off and then you won't know what's what. And that's what had been happening in the last little bit. So I have been basically taking a piece of paper, writing down the name of the bag, and then laminating practically with big tape over it. So that way it won't fall off and I know exactly what bags was. So we started out with a candy cane bag and that is working great and working on that. So I am liking the new feel of where I'm sitting right now. So I'm going to continue to get this space. We got more space in here. I'm enjoying it and trying to do it well and getting it better organized in here. So that is what's happening. So we're going to talk about for a second what you came to the video for, and that is the eBay refund delivery guarantee. Had a viewer ask about that. They did not know what that entailed. And so we're going to talk about that for just a second. All right, I got it now. My computer totally took whatever I had pulled up and took it off there. So let's get to it. So I had a viewer ask about the eBay refund guarantee. So they had asked, is there any eBay refund guarantee for a seller? Okay, if an item has not been received by the buyer and there's valid tracking. So you did everything right by using the eBay label or pirate ship and getting some kind of tracking that it's valid, and you're wondering if there's an eBay refund guarantee. So yes, if valid tracking is there and it protects the seller, but there's some more caveats to that, okay? If the tracking shows the item was delivered to the buyer's address, and it already says delivered, eBay generally considers the seller's obligation fulfilled and will not require the seller to refund the buyer under the eBay money back guarantee. So we all know that, right? It shows delivered to the zip code and the confirmed address, the seller gets protected on that. When tracking shows delivered, if the buyer escalates the case, eBay typically closes it in the seller's favor because a delivery scan satisfies the requirement for seller protection. The buyer is then directed to work with a carrier or the local authorities if they believe the package was stolen or misdelivered or what have you. This is where it gets to it. So when tracking doesn't show delivered, I have a case right now that is pending and that we shipped out an item December 31st and it is still showing as not delivered. So I did put out and initiate a missing mail search, and so far in 5 days, USPS has not contacted me back on that, even though they initiated the missing mail. If tracking only shows shipped, in transit, or delayed, in our case that, eBay may still require the seller to provide additional tracking details, which with us, we did that already with a valid tracking, or issue a refund if the item never arrived. So yes, seller may still have to provide the buyer a refund if it's not yet arrived. But here's the thing. What sellers must provide for protection, they're going to need to provide, of course, the tracking number, of course, the date shipped, delivery status, delivery zip code, making sure it matches the buyer's, which we did all of that. If the tracking shows delivered to the buyer's zip, yeah, they'll consider it fulfilled, as we already talked about. You'll be fine. If the tracking shows in transit but not delivered, like in our case, maybe seller must provide more info or you're going to have to still give a refund. But buyer claims not received, but tracking shows delivered, then yes, eBay closes case for seller. So if there's no tracking updated, eBay sides with the buyer in most cases. So yeah, you're going to have to refund. But also too, just keep in mind, if eventually it does show that you have put out the tracking and it is all of a sudden delivered, maybe it did, if you did a missing search mail and it does show that it showed up somewhere, that it did show to the buyer's zip code eventually, then yes, there is protection now where if you let eBay know that they will give you a refund, kind of reimburse you, so to speak, after the fact. So keep in mind that if you have something that still shows in transit but not delivered and it's been a while and the buyer opened a not received case and you provided valid tracking and everything you were supposed to do, you will still have to probably give a refund when eBay tells you to, or they automatically do it. But if you put in a missing mail search and it kind of pushes things along and all of a sudden the item is considered delivered, then eBay has a refund guarantee to you that they will reimburse you once it shows delivered, if that makes sense. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever had anything like this happen to you, and tell me your results. We would love to hear from you. So yeah, my camera's telling me that it's already halfway, getting ready to needing charged again, but that's okay, because I still think that we can get in the 15 items that we shipped out at Madcap Toys before this nasty storm. So let's get started. So the very first one that we sold was some media. So media still keeps moving along. We've had a little bit of a lull the last few days. Of course, could be because of the weather and all the good stuff that's happening. But I've heard across the board that there are many resellers that are feeling the same pinch as well. Who knows? But we have have been selling quite a bit of media as of late in the last few days. This first one is the 2010 DVD Barbie Universal Pictures, The Princess and the Pauper. Really cute. And this went out to not the planet, but their name is Mars. Hi, Mars. Thanks so much. And was found in the toy barn, of course, before the snowstorm. And this one sold for $5.98 plus shipping to boot. So very good for that. And Darren, of course, with that baseball card buy, he has been selling a few cards here and there and doing really well with that. This one came from Baseball Card Box 1. Now, I think he's up to 4 boxes. Darren, let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong, or you're more further along than that with the card boxes. But this one came out from the first baseball card box. This is a 2004 Donruss Classics Collector Baseball Card Yankees Xianming Wang, number 54. And this one went out to Ben. Hi, Ben. Thanks so much. And it sold for 99 cents plus ship. So Darren usually ships in an eBay standard envelope on this, with his trading cards. And it looked like it was delivered. Everything went well. So he didn't make a lot on it, but you guys got to realize, I think Darren had, with the thousands of cards that he bought at a yard sale, he paid 40 bucks for everything. So if you add up every card we've sold so far, it is tracking towards we are getting our money back that we paid for, and then soon to be everything is going to be in profit zone from there, and still have cards left over. So we're doing really good. And then next up, yeah, we had some Smithsonian toys coming straight from a Target pallet. This is the Smithsonian Rocket Science Kit. Love those. I remember building a rocket in the 6th grade when I was in school. This one, of course, was found in the toy barn, and this one went out to Brooks. Hi, Brooks. Thank you so much. Brand new in box, and it sold for $10.98 plus ship. Now, as you guys know, silver had been increasing and increasing and increasing. So all of a sudden we got a deluge of silver buys and silver sales. So it has quieted down a little bit lately, but in the last few weeks it was pretty happening. So this is when the burst really hit. This one is from a repeat buyer. And Timothy, thanks so much for purchasing from us. We appreciate it. He bought 2 of them, but they would look like they were separate and not combined at this point because of the cost. This first one was a 1998 silver American Eagle bullion coin, tarnished and toned, and this was found in Darren's coin box. And again, this went out to Timothy, a repeat buyer. And this coin sold for $69.82 plus ship. And then he also bought the 2010 silver bullion American Eagle BU tarnished. Of course, you can see it is in a card holder there. And again, went out to Timothy and sold for $47.64 plus ship. Pretty good. So it happened there, and then we went through and actually sold some toys, and then all of a sudden some silver happened again. So in the middle of that, we sold a 2018 Hasbro Marvel Spider-Man Far From Home stealth suit action figure. Of course, it was found in the toy barn. This one went out to Jesse. Hi, Jesse. Thank you so much. And we have 4 of these particular action figures left. And this one sold for $11.99 plus ship. And this next one came from Timothy again. This was the color. This wasn't the guy that did the color. If you watched our Caught Red-Handed video, this isn't the guy that bought the colorized Silver Eagle. So we're omitting that guy out. This isn't the guy, because we had a few more of these. Just want that to know, to protect Timothy there. But We sold 2 colorized eagles. This was a combined order from Timothy. Again, this one was a $19.99 colorized eagle. And then, of course, the second one he bought was the 2000 colorized American Silver Eagle. Both in capsules, so well protected in a bubble mailer. And together, these eagles sold for $139.96 plus ship. So we had several cha-chings at that moment. Timothy kept on buying from that point that day. And then also he purchased at the same time another separate order. This was the 1990 Silver American Bullion 1-ounce toned eagle found in our desk over here. And this one sold for $59.98 plus ship. And then we've been selling some cassettes. We found these in a big lot in a yard sale last year. I love the Disneys. I do. This one was found on our media shelf. This is the vintage Disney song tape, the Disney Family Christmas album cassette from the 70s. Love that. I used to love my cassettes with my books, and I also had the records too. And this cassette went out to Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Thanks so much. Hope you've enjoyed. And it sold for $5.99 plus ship. And then, of course, we started selling some more toys. We've also sold some wrestlers. And this was Goldberg. So this was a mitten box WWE Elite Collection Top Picks Goldberg 6-inch action figure found on Darren's shelf too. And this went out to Angel. Thanks, Angel, so much. And this item sold for $43.98 plus ship. And then vinyl records always have been continuing to sell even up till this past week, of course, and doing really well. I'm still listing quite a few. Gotta find some more spots for them though. I've already coveted 2 big spots, one in our inside storage and one in the toy barns, and it is filled to the top. So I'm gonna have to figure out another place for them off the floor. 1979 Electric Light Orchestra 33 RPM LP record. And this record was found, of course, in the toy barn in one of our spots. I think it's LA Shelf 5. And this one went out to Martin. Hi, Martin. Thanks so much. And this one did really, really good. It sold for $19.98 plus ship. And then all of a sudden, the silver started to sell again in abundance. So we're going to go through some of these. Next up, we sold a 2010 Silver American Eagle, gem brilliant uncirculated, and of course received positive feedback. This one was found in Darren's coin box and went out to Merle. Hey, Merle, thanks so much. And this eagle sold for $69.79 plus ship. So you noticed at that point, we were starting to really, really, really bank at that point. And this was only like a couple of weeks ago. So not too bad. That's why I need to really catch up on our what solds, but we're going to keep doing that. Next up, another piece of silver. This is the 1951 silver Ben Franklin $50, gem brilliant uncirculated, found in Coin Album 7. And this one sold to Sam. Thank you, Sam, so much. We have one more of these Franklins available. And at the time before silver really started pushing hard, this one sold for $45.98 plus ship. And then next up, we sold a Liberty Victory nickel. And this one, it shows still shipped, but it's not because it was shipped in a eBay standard envelope, and those things never update, which we're going to not do coins in an eBay standard envelope anymore for that reason. But it's fine. Anthony's got it, so it's good. Was found in Coin Album 3. We still have 5 1911 Victory nickels available still. And this particular one sold for $3.98 plus ship. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense for us to do coins in a eBay standard envelope anymore because of the fact that they don't update the tracking. The USPS doesn't. So post office, because it's too risky at this point. Then we sold another baseball card. And this is the 1988 Topps Collector Baseball Card Astros Nolan Ryan, number 250. This one was found in Baseball Card Box 2. Going out to Randy, and it was a positive feedback there. And this one sold for $5.53 plus ship. So heading towards, paying off that $40 yard sale buy and almost there at profit zone. Then we had some cartoon cards that we still have a few different kinds of, but this came from that pile. Positive feedback already. This is the 1993 Topps Nickelodeon Rugrats Face to Face with Angelica, number 63. And this card went out to Pascal. And we have one of these same cards left in our inventory. This one sold for $3.98 plus ship. And moving forward from there, we have a Playmobil. I like these. I try to pick up Playmobiles if I can when I'm out retail arbitraging or getting them in a pallet. They're very, very good, and they do sell pretty good. This is the Playmobil Dragon Racing Fish Legs and Meat Lug 14-piece. This came on top of our high wall shelf. We have one really way high up towards the rafters, towards the roof, and it works out pretty good. Darren has it really secure up there. And this particular toy went out to Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we're all out of this particular Playmobil, but we have several others of different kinds. And it sold for $27.99 plus ship. I think we may be finished. Let's do a couple more. Why not? Let's do it. We've got plenty to do here, so we're okay. Okay, so this one was a comic. So we did sell a comic, and we were selling them here and there. I think Darren just sold one today, I think. This one is the 1987 Marvel Comics New Universe Night Mask number 11, of course, found in the toy barn. That was a quick one to find, thank goodness. Laura gave us positive feedback already. Thank you so much, Laura. And this one sold for $5.99 plus ship. And lastly, we still have promo catalog booklets from Masters of the Universe. To my knowledge, they're right next to me here. If I can, no. They're in the third one right there. Oh, there we go. Yep, they're right next to me. So these are easy to find. So we have them in the third drawer. See all these? Look how thick. Isn't that crazy? We got all kinds of these on that Masters of the Universe buy. If you guys are interested, we do have a video of this Masters of the Universe buy that we did, I think it was about a year, and you'll definitely want to check that video out because it was pretty cool. But we still have quite a few of these left, and the one that I'm going to show in a minute, it came from this bag, so pretty cool. 1985 Mattel Masters of the Universe toy promo catalog booklet, Rock People is what we called it because that's what it said on the front. And this was found in our desk, of course, and it went out to Richard. Thank you, Richard, so much. And it sold for $6.98 plus shipping to boot. So we have all those items out and still a lot more that we can talk to you about on Madcap Toys, Madcap Toys Plus, and Macari and Poshmark. So right now our Macari has slowed to a stop, even though Darren has been continuing to fix it, relist it, make sure to do the coin prices, etc., since the increase with the silver. So working on that there, but things are going really, really well. Again, like I said, sales slowed down just for a little bit, but yeah, across the nation, we're having a major snowstorm, so that could be part of it, or the end of January while people are getting ready to prepare their taxes. So who knows? We're going to keep on listing, we're going to keep on rolling, and we're going to keep remodularization everything, whether it's going to be in the toy barn or in here in our office here, and to keep things rolling, making SKU finding easy, more simple, and finding things to pack way, way more simple. So that's what we're going to do. But you guys have been super fantastic, and until next time, bye guys.